Alright guys, so this is Coach Danny here. We're gonna do a stretching slash yoga cool down video. So here we go. Go ahead and do little circles with your arms, both arms. 10 forward and 10 reverse. Good job. Now we're going single arm forward circle. And reverse. Excellent. Now switch side, other arm, forward. And reverse. Alright guys, now we're going for huggies or hug me's. Right over left, left over right. Stretch your arms behind your back and then cross them across your chest. One over, then under, over, under. Now we go ahead and right arm across the body. Go ahead and interlock it with the left. Let's go ahead. And switch. Now opposite arm. For this exercise, remember your arm has to be above or at chest level. It cannot be by your belly button. You cannot be dragging your hands down. Now overhead, and let's pull back. Tricep stretch. And switch. Excellent. Now gently, both hands behind your back. Reach upwards with your hands, push down, drive your head and your chest to the ground as the top of your hands are pointing upwards. And relax. Excellent. Now here we go. Both feet forward together. Reach on down, stretch your back. And we're going to go right over left and reach down. So you cross the legs. And this one, if you need to, your leg that's in front can be slightly bent. The one that needs to be fully straight is the one in the back. And switch. In this case, I went left over right. That means the right leg is fully stretched. As you can see on the video here, my left knee is slightly bent. And I am reaching down as far as I can possibly go. Alright guys, go ahead and shake it off. Now we're going front and center, reach downwards onto the ground, feet wider than feet spread apart, and reach down. This one's going to go by faces. Do not come up when you finish this one. Stay down. Now onto your left side. Stay down. Your feet don't move. Keep them stationed where they're at. And switch sides. Try to stay down. And now go ahead and one more time at center, but try to feed your hands further behind you. So you notice that my hands are going beyond my feet. I'm not just pushing down to the ground. Now I'm pushing away from me, away from my body. If you need to get more weight, go ahead and cross your arms and grab your elbows, and that gives you extra weight. Alright guys, go ahead and shake it off. Now we're going for quad stretches, or flamingo, better known as flamingo. Try to keep your balance, don't hop around, look at something that's not moving if you need to help yourself with balance, and switch leg. Remember, knees very close together. You're driving your knee down into the ground as you're pulling your ankle or your toes upwards. And now we go knee forward. Go ahead and pull your knee up towards your chest, single leg. And switch, other leg. Knee hugs, bring your knee to your chest. Excellent. Shake it off, down onto the ground now. And both feet forward on a relaxed, comfortable position. Start stretching your back, so slowly roll forward. I'm not as flexible as you guys are, so I'm pulling onto my ankles throughout these leg and back exercises and stretches. You'll see now. One leg in, and go ahead and pull onto your toes with the other leg. And switch, go ahead and switch legs, one leg in, other legs out. Grab onto your ankles or your toes. If you are more flexible, try to drive your forehead or your chest towards your thigh and your forehead towards your knees. That'll be the ultimate stretch. Now we're going into butterflies. Remember, butterflies is two faces. The first face of butterflies is pulling your legs inwards, so you're stretching out your hips and your hip flexors are opening up. I'm not worried about putting my knees down to the ground. We're not there yet. And now relax. Phase two, I grab onto my shins and I do push down now with my elbows onto my knees to go ahead and open up the hip flexors furthermore. I'm not pulling inwards anymore, now I'm pushing downwards. And go ahead and relax. Go ahead and bring the right leg over the left, and you're doing back extensions or back twists. Try to drive your chest. Keep your chest upright. Turn your body to its side. And remember, keep your head up. Chest is elevated. Don't loosen that posture. And go ahead and switch. Now I'm going left over right, and I'm looking towards the left. That's if you're looking around the corner with your head. The further back you move your hands and around the corner, the further of a stretch you get. And go ahead and go further down. Now you're going to be actually laying down on the ground. And we're going to start with knee hugs. Again, while you're on the ground, go ahead and grab one of your legs. Bring your knee forward. Try to drive your knee in towards your chest. If you need further stretching here, go ahead and point your toes downwards or away from your body. And relax. Switch. Opposite leg now. Go ahead and grab your knee, pull inwards towards your chest or as close to as you can. If you want a further stretch than this, go ahead and point your ankles and point your toes downwards or away from you. Now you're going to like this one. Go ahead and bring both legs in. That's if you're a baby. And just hug your knees in and hold it. We're almost done, guys and girls. Now we're going down onto our mats from our original stretches into our yoga poses. This is child's pose. Remember, stretch your arms upwards. Try to drive your head, your chest, and your actual armpits down into the ground to get the further stretch. The wider your knees are apart, you can actually fit your body through. Now go ahead and shift onto number 2, which is going to be downward dog. Gently walk your feet upward towards your hand. Elevate your hips up, push your hips up to the sky, and hold it. If you can get the most out of this exercise, go ahead and make sure that your feet are flat. That means your heels are actually touching the ground. And let's relax down into a downward cobra. Let's go ahead into cobra position. Toes pointed away from you, hips are driven downwards and forward. Open up the chest, look up to the sky, and reach. If you need to modify your hands or bring your hands in closer to get a further stretch, go ahead and do that. And relax. Once again, child's pose. And here we go, downward dog, switch. Walk with your feet forward. If you can, push down on your heel down onto the ground while you're elevating your hips up to the sky. If you need to, walk a little bit forward more. The more often we stretch, the more often we become flexible. And last but not least, here we go, Cobra. Point your toes away from your body, drive your hips down and forward, and open up your chest, look up, and get that real good stretch in there. Alright, one last round of child's pose. I was having some neck pains, so I did a little bit of a back and neck roll here. I still felt like I could have stretched a little more on my hips, so I'm working on that. Guys, if you need to go back and do an extra exercise or an extra round for a specific muscle area that you need to, go ahead and do it. Child's pose is always great. Here's my neck rolls. I'm rolling my head from one side to the other. Full circular motion. I had sore necks. This was filmed after I had finished the ab exercises, so I was putting some strain in there. Now my quads were still tight here, so I went ahead and did a further stretch for the quads. It's just like a child's pose. I sit back onto my legs and I rotate my torso. The main pressure here was on my quads that were being pushed down to the ground, and I had my weight over them. Okay? And that's it. Don't forget, every day stretches. Morning, your warm-up exercises, do your workout, and come back and follow up with this warm down or cool down set. I'll see you guys.